Hi viewers, I'm Dr. Gauri Meena, gynecologist from Chennai, Women's Choice Clinic. So I want to share some tips for successful online consultations as that is the need of the day. In the current scenario, I have advised most of my patients not to visit the hospital if it is not a dire medical emergency. And I have shared in my earlier video as to what are the warning symptoms or what are the emergency symptoms for which you should immediately go to the hospital. So that video, if you watch, you will get information for what are the warning symptoms in pregnancy and when should you access medical care as an emergency. For all other queries, I'm encouraging online medical consultations based on directions from the Government of India. We have clear guidelines as to what to do while doing an online consultation. But this is something not so commonly done in India. So I want to give you a set of tips, which I call as the 7 secrets for successful online medical consultations. So number 1, fix an appointment. Because just like that, if you go and do a consultation, it may not be very helpful. So fix an appointment with the particular doctor, or if the doctor has a secretary, with the secretary, and make sure that at that particular time you're ready with whatever I'm going to just describe in the next part of the video. Number 2, so it's usually through WhatsApp where we can actually a video call where we can see each other, because a lot of communication is non-verbal. It's not just my words, it's how my face is, what are my actions and my emotions and my facial movements. There are so many things that you can understand, not just my words. You're actually communicating through other non-verbal methods of understanding each other. So install whatever the app is. I'm using Zoom, which is a very good app. I'm happy using it because in that I'm able to even share the screen of my laptop where I can show the prescription to my patient, explain to them how it needs to be taken, and also probably discuss a report, a scan report with a pregnant patient, telling each point, and this is okay, like that. So for me personally, I feel Zoom is an excellent platform to do online medical consultations, which I'm using at the moment. So please download that app. Preferably use a iPad or a tablet or a laptop or a desktop. Avoid using a mobile, because in the mobile the functionalities of the apparatus will be very, very minimal, and you may not be able to get the full benefit of the online consultation. The third point is keep a second mobile handy and share that number with your healthcare provider, because suppose there is any technical glitch with the ongoing online consultation, they can call you on the phone, supplement with information and complete the whole consultation in a useful manner, instead of waiting for the internet to stabilize, or there may be so many things which could go wrong in the connectivity of the online consultation. Number 4 is prepare for the consultation, as in keep all your medical records date wise arranged, all the recent ones, old ones, like that. Keep the medical records with you during the call, because there may be something that the doctor might want to quickly check. I may ask, okay, show me that prescription, and you can just take like this and show me, and then I can quickly see it and help you, something like that. It can be done. 5th point, make a photocopy or take pictures of your records and send them to your doctor prior to the consultation, well in advance, so that the doctor has time to download it, go through it, make a summary of what it is before actually addressing you during the online consultation. So I usually share my email ID and also my WhatsApp number, so that I get all the records beforehand, just like in my real consultation where the medical file is already on my table. So I have a chance to look through the medical records before even the patient comes into my cabin. I'm going to give you a list of documents that you have to send also. 1, all ultrasound scan, blood tests, urine tests, ECG, echo, everything. For all pregnant patients, I want them to send all the reports, okay? So don't censor or edit what records to send. Send everything, because there may be one small information but which is most important for decision making. So don't edit, send everything except of course the hospital bills. And for non-pregnant patients, that is gynecology patients, I would encourage you to send the last 3 months records. Whatever the record is, last 3 months, you please send it to us. And if we want older records, we can always ask you during the consultation. And one thing that I find very strange and very common is people tend to preserve all the printed forms, like for example the lab reports, scan reports, but what the doctor notes with the handwritten notes, that doesn't get the importance it is supposed to get. So many patients, clients just leave it and don't consider it as important. But for me, I think that's the most important paper, because my clinical knowledge and by examination findings, all that I'm going to use to help you get your health in the right way, I have written down. I don't always print it. So you please have that paper, and it's very important that you send that paper also when you're seeing me, or for that matter your doctor. The other point is, I've told you 4-5 points. Okay, the 6th point is, during the online consultation, make sure your space is protected. Okay, there shouldn't be any pets disturbing you, or for that matter children and other family members coming into and going to the room, because you're distracted already on an online consultation. Your focus is not as in a face-to-face consultation. So make sure your space is clean and nice, and you have the privacy to do the consultation. And there is a lag time between me talking to you and you hearing what I say. Same way, when you say something, it takes me some seconds for that signal to come and for me to grasp what you have said before answering your question. So keep this in mind when you're doing the consultation with your doctor. So what I do, I purposefully, deliberately, I talk slowly and articulate every word, so that even if there is a signal problem in the audio, you can still see what I'm saying. And I also online, I chat or type in the chat box, so that somehow the information is put together and you get a hang of what I'm saying. See, now you would have found that I'm using my hands more animated way rather than how I do in my real-time consultations. I'm trying to use all the technology and all the faculties that I have. So typing, talking, using my mouth, articulating, as well as using action. So whatever I can, I do to make the communication clear and without any confusion. And this is particularly for women patients. Please jot down your last period date in a paper and keep it with you, because that is the starting point for every conversation that you have with your lady doctor. Many a times nowadays, we women, we don't remember it, or we don't mark it in a calendar, physical calendar. We note it down in an app in our mobile. So when you're doing an online consultation in the mobile, if you have to open it and then find search the number in the app, it's going to be taking a lot of time, and you will miss out on certain things. So write it down, the important dates, whatever it is, and also take time to write down your physical complaints in a date-wise order, so that it's easy for the doctor to understand what you're telling, and for us to give you the safest care possible based on the actual problem that you're having. So I usually share the login ID of the online call well ahead, and I usually have a password, because just like in real-time consultations, some consultations run over. Say for example, if I want to give 15 minutes for a patient, if that particular patient deserves more time, then I will give them that. I won't say, no, you can't come, the next patient is waiting, and I won't abruptly cut the conversation. So if you're waiting for the time, sometimes you may have to wait longer, just like in real-time consultations. So what I do, I keep the password with myself, and only when I'm able to take the next person on call, I give them the password. So this is something you have to remember. And online consultations are good, and they are the need of the day, but they also have their setbacks, and not everything can be found online, and sometimes I have to physically examine the patient. The patient may actually require emergency medical care. So in that context, I end the consultation and I ask the patient to immediately go to the hospital and take care from there. Okay, so online consultations may not be complete for some of you. For most of you, that may be giving you the right medical advice that you need at this point of time. But remember, some of you may need to go to the hospital if it is going to be a medical emergency. And this is something that I'm also learning in the process. So bear with me, be patient with me, and give me some time when I'm fumbling with too many buttons on the laptop. I'm also trying to write down your notes. I'm also trying to write a prescription for you, which I will share with you electronically. So as we keep doing more of these, I'm sure I will improve, my team will improve, and we will probably become better in this process of doing the online consultations. And most important is, remember that as a medical fraternity, we are always there to help you. Our concern in asking you not to come to the hospital if it is not an emergency is keeping in mind your safety. Okay, so we are always there for you. We care for you, your family, as well as your unborn child. So we will do all in strength to help you. And online consultation is one of the way through which we are extending our helping hand to support your medical care. And please stay at home, please abide by the rules of Government of India, and use discretion when you are having to step out of the home for any reason. Ask yourself whether it is really required. Is the risk of going out of the home worthy enough to take? Should you go out and put yourself at risk, your family and others? Is it required? So ask yourself that question at least 5 times, I would say, before stepping out for any errand or any task that you're going out of the house. So I'm sure this video has given you some insight and some practical tips as to how to reach your doctor in this testing time, and how to use the technology to our advantage, and how to get the best out of your online consultation. So watch this space. I will be posting more and more videos as I keep learning how to do this better. And thanks for taking the time watching the video till this end. And if you think this information has helped you and it will help others, please feel free to share the video, like, share, comment. And you can also access the same video in the YouTube channel as well. Take care, stay happy, stay healthy, stay at home, and meet you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.